In this video, we are going to show you our latest product, which is a rear bumper step cover. So you will note on the Defender, they made this rear bumper top smooth and shiny and painted, which looks great, but is less than practical. And so we have got I'll put a picture on the screen, a checker plate cover that goes on that, and they have been popular, but we wanted to take it up a level. So we have produced a rear bumper step cover with a light in the back. Now originally we were going to have the light going all the way across the back, but when we mocked it up, the spare wheel, which we've got off for the moment, it actually comes down to here. So I think when they designed the Defender, they got into a little bit of a pickle. They wanted to make the spare wheel as low as they could so that it didn't restrict rear visibility. They moved it down and then they didn't realize it was going to hit the bumper. So I reckon in the early days they had a square bumper and they said, oh poop, we're going to have to slope it. So you will see on our rear bumper cover we hit the same problem, but we've put a little dish in it and we've got the bumper going square. So it is a stick-on bumper. It's got 2 screws. I will show you and we'll go through fitting it, and also wiring. So we are going to connect into the rear light wires. We are going to pick up the indicator wire. We are going to pick up the stop light, and we're going to pick up the tail light. So one cool thing about this light is when you put, and we'll do a demo at the end, when you put your tail lights on, you are driving along with a sort of strip, but it's in 2 parts at the back. So it really makes your vehicle look quite unique when it's on the road at night. Right, is that enough waffling? Yes, it's Destiny. Quite enough. So, what do you get in the kit? This is the box. You get 2 adhesive coupons. That will go multilingual today, look. Right then, you get a rear bumper cover. Now you will notice it is sort of wedge shaped. If we look from the end there, can you see that, Destiny? It's thicker here than it is here. Now that obviously is a cunning plan to make the bumper top flat, but it also gives us the space to get a rear light assembly in. So that was the sort of plan. You can see it's got this reinforced plastic underside to spread any load. You have got a wire going off to the left light and a wire going off to the right light. We've got a little channel we've got to get in there, and that is going to sit obviously on the back like so. Right, so what are we going to do? So that's what we've got to do. The adhesive pads are going to go on there. So you have got this connector. Now this connector needs, because we don't want to be cutting wiring looms, do we? No. So we have got here a wiring loom adapter. So this plugs into one of these here. If I get the connector the right way, if I get the right bit of the connector the right way, I'm going to say that one with the yellow plugs into, I'll get there eventually. Right, that plugs into that. And then this, we are going to unplug the rear light, and the rear light signals are going to pass through here, and it's going to take off the earth, the tail, the brake, and the indicator that it needs to power this up. Right, first thing we got to do, we have got to get these rear panels off to get access to the corner here. So we have put some masking tape around the car. Whoa, who's doing this, Destiny, you or me? Right, let's have a look. So we can get your trim tool. Sometimes you can, I think we've got a little bit more space at the top there. Right, and then we get, oh, there you go. Right, and then you've got to pull them straight back. So let me have a go if I can. Don't be tempted to lever it too much. Try and keep it straight back. Now that's the easy one. I ought to show them the other one, didn't I really? Okay, so that comes off. You may lose these clips. Destiny, should we put a couple of those clips in the kit? Yes. Ben will be annoyed with me because he's done that. Right, so you can see you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 clips. Sometimes you hear a little ping, ding, 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 ding noise, and the clip will have sort of worked its way down to the innards of your rear bumper. So that is that one. Now I will show you this one. So we've put some masking tape here to try and minimize the risk, because this black paintwork, beautiful as it is, it does show the scratches, doesn't it? Right, hold on. I'm going to reposition a bit up here. Right, let's see if I can go in here. There you go. I think, am I in the way? Now this one I wanted to show you, because it's a pig. No, because be careful with this one. This one on the later cars, it does have, got to wriggle that button. It does have this, it's an antenna, isn't it? Because this is plastic, so it's a way of getting an external antenna out your car. You've got to press that little bit in at the front there and then extract that. Okay, so you're just pressing where my thumbnail is there, and that opens up that little FACRA connectory thing. So yeah, take that off. Right, now what we then need to do is we need to get to this connector that is in behind here. So if you see this big circle, little circle, behind there you will have the rear light connector. Now it's probably easier to take this panel here out. Now this is compatible with our reversing lights that go in here. You will get a lot of connectors because you'll have like 2 loops, but we've tested and it all works. Now this panel you can pull out. It takes a bit of doing, but it will be harder than that, I can assure you. But basically this is held in with these clips, and it literally just yanks out, and that gives you just a bit more room there, right, to get out this connector here. Okay, and then we've got to find the little pressy button. How much room have we got? We've got a bit of, press this little button here, and then we should be able to separate these 2 connectors, he says. 1, 2, 3, there you go. Right, okay, so now we've got our way in to get our connector in there. Okay, so we'll do that on the other side, then we're ready to come back and stick this on. Right, let's get sticky. So we are going to get the alcohol wipe and let's clean. So the alcohol, the adhesive pads have got to stick to this and the rear bumper. So we are going to clean both surfaces with that. So let's just give that a... Now we have also put some silicone adhesive in here as well. Now the one problem with this step being sloped is if you stand on it, you're going to slip off. Now we have given you now a checker plate finish, but that doesn't necessarily mean you can go standing on it, because I'm not sure if Land Rover designed this rear bumper to take the weight. Having said that, this does spread the load. What I would say is, if you are going to go standing on it at your own risk, disclaimer, you really want to be putting some screws in these back corners, because that will stop that plate slipping away. Because although it's level at the top, the foundations are sloped, so there's always going to be a tendency for it to slide. You've been warned. Right, and you can see our rear bumpers, right, getting scratched already. Whoa, it's terrible, isn't it? You only got to look at it and it scratches. Right, well, what do you reckon, Destiny? Stick this on here, or I reckon this has got to be the easier way, isn't it? Right then, I don't think it matters which way you... I think these are symmetrical. It's Friday afternoon. It's a Christmas jumper day today, isn't it? Where's your Christmas jumper, Destiny? She forgot. Right. Right, here we go. Right, I haven't done this yet. Now, right, one thing to note is this wire here has got to be routed through that little channel, but the tape is nowhere near that. Right, so let me start in the corner there. The doubles. It doesn't matter which way we do it, red side or white side. What are you thinking, Destiny? Go on. I go, right. I don't think it matters whether you go red side down or white side down. Right, I've nearly got it. There we go, that doesn't look too bad. Right then. Okay, and then the other one. Let's get that. So hold on, I ought to make... Yeah, so I've got to take the white side off. It's better than some of that adhesive where you got to fiddle. Right. There we go. That's not too bad. Right, now before we go taking the other side, Right, one thing I've got is a couple of bits of tape that I'm just going to put over here, ideally not over that, just to make sure that when we're fitting it, these bits of cabling stay where they're supposed to be. I don't really want it over that. That isn't the neatest bit of work, is it? Right, now, in terms of the silicone, I'm not going to silicone mine up, but I think this back edge would be the place to silicone. If you were minded to get it all fully right. So, before you go removing those backing pieces, make sure you've got a plan. Do you reckon door open, I reckon? Yeah. Let's make sure we've got a plan of where it's going to go, because you're only going to get one chance once the adhesive's off. So the key to note is where these rear wires go here. They're disappearing up into that back corner, right? And likewise on this other side. Right, so it covers over this little step here. That's pretty good. Right, that all fits down there. Right, so I'm happy with that. I've got a plan. Right. Okay, here goes. Point of no return. Now, we could do that thing where we leave a little bit to give us a bit of movement on the one side. Right. I've made a little bit of a... I've stretched the adhesive there, but it's fine. Right then. Here goes. Right, so we need to wire out that corner. Right. And then what I can do is, as I move this bit over, make sure I've got that one in the right. Make sure you've got that one out, that cable out that back corner. That's it. Right, and then when I'm better, I can remove this bit. That was actually a pro idea. Right, so there it goes. That's now those screw holes they've put. If you want to do the screw holes, if you want to really go for it and you're going to use this extensively, you're going to have to remove the rear light and this bit of trim here. I am not going to do that on this occasion. And we haven't used the silicone, but you could see the silicone would go along that back edge there. And now you can see the cutout where the spare wheel goes. Right, in terms of the electrical connections, so we fitted the Y loom to the one side. Okay, now, one thing we do supply in the kit is white grease, silicone grease. Now, silicone grease is brilliant at expelling water. And one thing we don't want is these connections to get corroded, because you can get a lot of debris coming off these back wheels. So all the connections I'm going to suggest even though we've got the weatherproof seals, I'm going to suggest we just put a bit of the silicone. Right. Wait. Okay, I'm just going to suggest you put a little. So silicone grease doesn't set. It's not like silicone, which is more like a sort of kitchen and bath sealer. This will stay, and it will just stop the water getting to those pins. Okay, and then likewise on these here, we can put. There we go. We can put a little bit of the silicone grease on these connections here. Okay, now, right, where's that original light connector gone? Oh, we didn't pop it off on this side, did we? So there we go. So we've got to take that. So we've separated the rear light connector like we just did on the other side. It looks like I put some of the silicone grease on here before. Okay, so we now got to connect the male and female sides together. So that one goes in there. Okay, that's all good. This one, the other one, goes in there. Oh, I got that the right way round. There. Now, you can tuck all of this behind. if you're really clever and somewhat more dexterous than me, you will better get these two little prongs here back. Oh, I'll have a go. So we need to route all this behind here. Okay, there's plenty of room behind there. Okay, and then we can lose the excess length in behind the bumper here somewhere. There's a corner there. Okay, and we can get it all in behind here. There's some room up behind the light as well, look. Find any room you can. And then if you're clever, you'll be able to work out how to get that connector back on to the back of this one here. Okay, but make sure you're out the way for putting the rear lights back on. Make sure you're not got anything around that corner there, look, or you'll get the wires trapped. Right, we'll get the other side done. That's all the same, isn't it? So we're all ready to go now, aren't we? So we'll get those all reassembled and we'll come back and we'll power up and show you the light show. Right, so we're all back together again. So let's have a look at it. So we put the spare wheel on now. So that is the finish there. And if you duck down here, you will see this is where we've had to, if you actually come around the side a little bit, Destiny. Now, I'm not sure if that will work with 22-inch wheels and tyres. There is still a gap there, isn't there? I think we've still got half a chance. So, there we go, that's it. Right, let's get the lights dimmed and let's have some action. Right, so there we go. I'm sat in the car, Destiny's filming at the rear. So if I turn the ignition on, you should see the rear tail light swoop up. And then if I put the brake on, you should see the intensity increase. And then if I indicate right, and if I indicate left, you'll see the dynamic indicators. If I put the hazards on, you'll see the hazards there. And then when you turn the ignition off and the lights off, it just closes down. So there we go. That is our super rear bumper illuminated thing. Let us know what you think and we'll get those for sale on the website. Good luck with that.